Now, the real reason why most men cheat is simply because, hear me out, we're seeking validation. That's all it is. And it's a trauma response. But let me explain. You see, little boys, we've been taught that a man's supposed to be strong, supposed to be powerful, and supposed to be in control. Now, how does that play out when you don't feel powerful or you don't feel like you're in control of what's going on in your life? Now, we all have different emotional reactions, but when we are triggered, we have two choices, either to react or respond. Oftentimes, our culture teaches us to react, and that reaction can be very toxic. It can be cheating, it could be drinking, it could be drugs, gambling, pornography, whatever your trigger is, or whatever your reaction to that trigger is, may look different from man to man. Now, this is not for all men, but for most men who are cheating, they're looking to regain that power, regain that control. Think about it, fellas. It's time to man up, right? When we're talking about sex or having sex with a woman, we are coming from a place of showcasing our power. I did this. I'll do that. See, it's two people having sex, but we're looking to get validated on our role in the sexual activity. Hope I'm making sense. Because when we talk, we say just that. Oh, I'll do this to that. Oh, I smashed. I did this. It's about, hey, look what I did. Validate me. Make me feel better than what I'm feeling like in deep inside. So when we talk like this, fellas, let's be real. We're seeking validation. Now, whether your reaction is to cheat or, again, drugs, alcohol, whatever your reaction is, we must do our work and understand the trigger. Once we understand the trigger, we'll have a little bit better handle of our lives when we're not reacting, we're responding. Now, becoming a student of those triggers, understanding why you were triggered. Now, I'll give you an example. I, myself, have cheated on not only my first wife, but I have cheated on my second wife as well. But now I understand I'm in a space where I understand where that came from. I understand where that came from. You see, when I didn't feel validated at home, that led to me and my wife separating. Once I did my work, I understood that I was seeking validation through her, which I never even validated myself because I wasn't taught it as a kid. I wasn't able to give it to myself. And so now when I get into a relationship, I'm seeking it, hoping you give me what I've been missing. And when you don't give it to me, I'm triggered. My reaction is to validate myself, make myself feel validated. Go find someone. Typically, sex was my reaction. Go find you someone and regain your control, regain your power. Oftentimes, that's the root cause of infidelity because the man isn't doing his work. He's not feeling validated, and so now he must seek the validation. But women, ladies, you're not off the hook as well. Now, here's the thing. It's not your job to validate him. But when you are triggered, all our triggers are coming from fear. And when you're coming from a space of fear, you look to control. And let's face it, you know the narrative, happy wife, happy life. So when you are in fear, you're looking to control the situation. What does the husband do? Falls back. Let her take care of that. Let her do that. I don't want to disrupt the happy wife, happy life. Well, over time, that builds up resentment. Because let's face it, fellas, no one wants to be controlled. So over time, you start to build up resentment against your wife. What do you do about that resentment? Well, it comes out in very toxic ways. If your reaction, if your vice isn't sex, it may be working a lot, overtime, extra time, gambling, drinking, drugs, whatever your vice is, understand this. There's no judgment, guys. And I'm not breaking the code, but I do want to enlighten you, elevate you to a point where control those triggers, because those triggers, those reactions, you may think is healthy, or you may think ain't nothing wrong with a man doing XYZ, but you planting those toxic seeds in the universe. And if you have kids, you planting those toxic seeds in those kids. So I want to continue to remind you, as I remind myself, whether you're a man, woman, or whatever, if you're doing, your reaction is to be in a space of toxicity, do your work. Do your work. We're bringing up another generation who are sponges to our activities, so we must be mindful of how we show up to our kids. Do your work. Nothing changes if nothing changes. It's your favorite fitness and relationship coach. I'm the Power Coach Martell. Yo, hit that like, hit that share, hit the comment. Let me know where you at. And if you agree or disagree, let's have a conversation. You down? I'm ready. Let's go.